They make listening to music so worthwhile.
I get up in the evening, and I ain't got nothing to say.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 musical acts of all time. For this list, we've based our choices on a mix of an act's success, popularity, and overall musical legacy.
Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player.
With picks taken from our series of the top 10 musical acts per decade. This video of the top 10 musical acts of all time is part of a series of videos spanning the decades of music from the 1950s to the 2000s. Number 10, Elton John.
When are you gonna come down? When are you going to lie?
This English legend has more than 25 top 10 singles in a career spanning over 50 years. And it was during the 70s that his success really began.
Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the headlights on the highway.
That decade saw Elton John and his songwriting partner Bernie Taupin create a unique style combining lyrical depth and piano playing that allowed the artist to shine on songs like Rocket Man, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Tiny Dancer, and more.
Rocket Man. Rocket Man.
Add his showmanship and vocal talent, and you've got an artist who today is one of the best-selling musical acts ever.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round and get you fine.
Number 9, Queen. Lead singer Freddie Mercury was arguably the greatest stage persona to come out of rock and roll since Mick Jagger first strutted his stuff back in the 1960s. And his band wasn't too shabby either.
We are the champions, my friends. We'll keep on fighting till the end.
Coming to the scene as almost counter-programming to the studio-built machinery of disco, Queen built on rock and roll by incorporating elements of heavy metal and hard rock to their sound.
We will rock you, rock you, rock you, rock.
They weren't afraid to experiment, and Mercury's powerful voice truly helped them stand out. Let's not forget, they produced legendary songs like Bohemian Rhapsody and We Will Rock You, which seemed destined to be played live.
So you think you can stop me and spit my eye? So you think you can love me and leave me to die?
Number 8, U2.
See the stone set in your eyes. See the thorn twist in your side.
This Irish four-piece is still creating beautiful music today. But it's thanks to such career-defining albums as Boy, War, and The Joshua Tree that U2 became critical, commercial, and live successes. The Joshua Tree was particularly important in the perfection of their rocking sound. And also gave us songs for the ages, with tracks like With or Without You and Where the Streets Have No Name.
And touch the flame. Where the streets have no name.
Real Slim Shady, please stand up.
Number 7, Eminem.
Y'all act like you never seen a white person before. Jaws all on the floor like Pam, like Tommy just burst in the door.
He was a Missouri-born white guy who grew up in Detroit and wanted to be the best rapper in the world.
Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me.
And by the end of the 2000s, Eminem was the biggest selling artist of the decade.
Snap back to reality, oh, there goes gravity, oh, there goes Rabbit. He choke, he's so mad.
With multiple Grammy wins, involvement with several musical projects, and an alter ego named Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers has earned critical praise with half a dozen chart-topping efforts. What's more is that he found success outside his home country and even earned an Oscar for Lose Yourself.
Feet fail me not, this may be the only opportunity that I got. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go.
But it's due to incredible material on albums like the Marshall Mathers LP.
Anyways, I hope you get this, man. Hit me back, just a chat. Truly yours, your biggest fan. This is Stan.
And the Eminem Show that really put him above the rest.
But sometimes, man, it just seems everybody only wants to discuss me. So this must mean I'm disgusting. But it's just me, I'm just obscene.
Hey, mama, see the way you move, gonna make you slap, gonna make you groove.
Number 6, Led Zeppelin.
God, see the way you swing, gonna make you burn, gonna make you stay.
The 1970s certainly wouldn't have been the same without this English rock band.
When you walk that way, but your honey drip, I can't keep away.
Formed in 1968, this four-piece unit was composed of the late John Bonham on drums, John Paul Jones on bass and keyboard, Jimmy Page on guitar, and Robert Plant on vocals. Together, these musicians had chemistry to burn and produced some of the most important music of the decade. Blending blues and folk with their hard rock and heavy metal sound, Led Zeppelin was revolutionary for the time and earned immense popularity for their musical output. They're one of the best-selling acts of all time, and their influence continues to reach far and wide. Number 5, Madonna. The Material Girl was an 80s pop culture phenomenon. With her sexy lyrics and music videos, the provocative but highly successful artist also produced public discourse that would forever change music history. By constantly changing up her image, she defined the way other female pop artists would act in the coming years. Hit after hit, album after album, Madonna was a game-changing artist who mattered back then and still does today. Number 4, the Rolling Stones.
I see my red door and I want it painted black.
Formed in 1962, this long-lasting band is still kicking it to this day, even though its members are over 65 years old.
I see the girls go by, just in their summer clothes.
This Mick Jagger and Keith Richards-led group became part of the British invasion movement thanks to career-defining hits like I Can't Get No Satisfaction, Paint It Black, Gimme Shelter, and Sympathy for the Devil. With a style that fused blues, rock, and R&B, the Rolling Stones have left a powerful effect on rock and roll, as well as an iconic discography that's hard to beat.
You can knock me down, step in my face, slander my name all over the place.
Number 3, Elvis Presley.
You wanna do, but honey, lay off them shoes and don't you step on my blue suede shoe.
With a nickname like the King, how could he not make this list? bringing what was then known as black music to the forefront of white America. Elvis Presley set the stage for a musical revolution like no other, and consequently changed the face of American popular culture.
I don't want no other love, baby, it's you do want. Don't be cruel.
While hits like Heartbreak Hotel, Hound Dog, and Don't Be Cruel helped black artists like Little Richard break into the mainstream, Presley's dance moves and commercial success in multiple genres made him one of the 20th century's best. Number 2, Michael Jackson.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one.
The success the King of Pop had in the 80s was rivaled only by that of Elvis in the 50s and the Beatles in the 60s. His 1982 album Thriller became and remains the biggest selling album of all time. Michael Jackson also popularized the music video with his big-budget short films, all while simultaneously helping to shatter racial barriers that existed within pop music. With his singing and songwriting abilities, dance moves, and so much more, MJ was truly one of a kind. And today, his musical legacy continues to live on, even despite his untimely death. Before we unveil our pick for top musical act of all time, here are a few honorable mentions.
Everything is green as summer rain.
Many things don't seem the same. Wish they all could be California. Wish they all could be California.
I don't want time to let me. Only want to let me love.
Say your prayers, it's a one. Don't forget my son to include everyone.
Number 1, The Beatles.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you something. I think you'll understand.
John, Paul, George, and Ringo. That's all you need to know.
I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand.
The biggest and most influential band ever may have just had a decade-long career, but they still managed to redefine and reshape music and popular culture forever. With countless hits, groundbreaking LPs, and a level of success so insane it was dubbed Beatlemania, it's not surprising that the Fab Four topped our list of the musical acts of the 1960s and our list of the top 10 musical acts of all time.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away.
Though the Beatles broke up before decade's end, they continue to be cited as major influences of artists to this day, and undoubtedly will be for generations to come.
Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say hello.
Do you agree with our list? Who's your favorite musical act of all time? For more music top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.